Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Wednesday, the 9th of October. I am Flatcap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Alright, we've had a couple of days with no bets and I am back with 7 horses for Wednesday. Nothing took my fancy at all Monday. Tuesday, there was one that was a 1 star, but it wasn't worth putting out in the video. It didn't run the best anyway, so you didn't miss anything. And so I've gone two days, and I've been back nearly 3 weeks and skipped all 3 Tuesdays. So clearly Tuesday is the day at the moment where it's not finding it. So 7 horses Wednesday. The way I've done it is a Trixie in the afternoon and a Yankee sort of late afternoon, evening. And they're all around the house. I've got 3 at Kempton, and then the others are all one at each meeting: a Ludlow, a Sedgefield, a Navan, and Nottingham. Is that the other meeting? Nottingham, maybe Nottingham. So that's where we're at. Total stake 19.50, so it's 2 bets. So it is nearly a full day stake or full money on the channel. We'll do the review of Sunday because that was the last one. It finished our week. It was a frustrating one. It just felt frustrating weekend, to be honest. I felt both days. I had enough stuff. I just didn't get the channel bets quite right. That's my general feeling. And it was a bit of the same old story. It started off well and just didn't happen. So that kind of framed it as expected. Delighted with that. First 4-star bet since I've been back, and it ran cracker, and it just found blue stocking too good. Both those horses came out the pre-Vermeil, which historically the experts will tell you it's not a prep race for the Arc de Triomphe. Well, clearly it is this time. So the first and second is what happened there. So really pleased with that. And then absolute dudders, weren't they? They were no good. So we got bits back, and then this was a strikeout because we started off with the first leg, and then Zippo, the handicap horses, were absolute dopos. It was about half back off memory. Was it like 22.50 on, something like 10-11 quid back, something like that. Overall, I think we finished last week minus 34 off the back of the week before minus 41, off the back of the first week of my plus 181. So I think about 107 up for the 3 weeks of being back. That's nice overall, but we now had back-to-back losing weeks. So I'd very much like to arrest that this week. We've already lost 2 days because we weren't playing. So let's see what we can rustle up for Wednesday. I'll try and canter through, and I'll try and tell you a few snippets about some of the things I like about them. But if I was to go through the whole shebang, and the thing I'm quite conscious of as well, what I don't talk about usually is there's reasons why I don't like some of the other horses. But if I was then to break down every single race and go, well, I don't like the favourite, or I don't like whatever, or actually the favourite's quite good, but this one's a better price, that kind of stuff, I would be here all day. So I appreciate some probably would like that level of detail. I don't have the energy to do that on every video, to be honest. So, if you really, really want a full explanation about stuff, you can ask in the comments, and I'll do my best to get back to you. But here we go. All right. So, starting with the Trixie. So we've got a Ludlow, Nottingham, Sedgefield here, and you will note horse number 3 is the first 100 to 1 shot, I think, since I've been back. So 235 Ludlow. I'm going in the juvenile maiden. That is not a type of race that I would normally like to play in, but I'm quite keen on Mason Brook Meadow, 16 to 1. It come out as a 1-star, so yeah, there won't be many juvenile races that do that, but it's not a strong betting market. I wouldn't be surprised if that horse comes in a reasonable amount. The challenge you've got with the race is, I think the favourite, it's about 3 to 1 at the moment. I think it's reasonably weak, to be honest. And then there's quite a lot of horses that haven't run yet from some decent enough stables. So people are expecting things from them. But actually, on horses that have run on good ground, which it should be at Ludlow, that's got the best piece of form. So yes, you've got a bunch of unexposed horses, and some of them are going to be shorter because they're from big stables, because there is bias in the betting market that way. It's got the single piece of best form on good ground. So on that basis, we really need something to step up that's already run, or we need 3 of the run horses to basically be better than it, or we need it to underperform. So on that basis, I keep saying on that basis, 16 to 1's a good price, 1 star bet. 245. This scraped in, not because I didn't like it, but just from a star system point of view, it was the absolute bare minimum to get in plus point. It's an interesting race. It's a 6 runner at Nottingham. It's handicap. It's a class 4, 1 mile and 6 on soft. Expectation is 5 3-year-olds and plus point, which is 4-year-old. So it's the oldest horse. The others technically, therefore, are more unexposed. But this is basically in and around a competitive handicap mark for this horse. And what it's not run on before is 1 mile and 6 on soft. It's run 2 miles soft and not quite stayed it out. And it's run 1 mile and run 2 mile and not quite stayed out. And it's run 1 mile 6. 1 mile. Oh, I'm getting this weird. 1 mile and 6 on good ground and done all right, and 2 mile on soft and not quite stayed out. So 1 mile 6 on soft, I think might be up its streets. Never running Nottingham before, but I don't think any of the horses in the race have run at Nottingham before. So there's a big question mark there. And some of the ones it's running against, I think there's only one that's run at the distance. So 4 out of 5 of the opponents are stepping up in distance for the first time. I think 4 out of 5 of them are running on soft for the first time. But a lot of unknown, where that horse has got known form and the handicap mark should be competitive. So I think 6 runner race, I quite like a 6 runner race, and when you can find a 20 to 1 shot, then it's worth putting in. So 1 star plus point. And then we get to the bumper at Sedgefield. Annoyingly, it's one of them ones where the bookmakers have fallen out with some of the race courses. So Sky and Paddy aren't offering odds on this because of that. Because I know a lot of people use those betting accounts. I've tried to be overly fair with the price because there are a lot of bookies offering 125 to 1 at the time of making this video. There are some only 66 to 1. I'm gone in the middle for 100 to 1 because plenty of people, if you've got multiple accounts, you should be able to get the 125. One of the thinkings as well is you can do what you want with your horses and whatever bets, but I think at the time of me putting this video out, it's going to be more difficult for people to put that horse on in multiples, and so particularly in 4-5 horse bets. So I felt it was a safer play to put it in the Trixie because I think a bit more easier to put people on, because I know if I put it on a Yankee there'll be a bunch of people come back to me saying the bookmaker won't even take the bet, and it's a funny price, to be honest. I think it's a funny price because a lot of the publications, if I've talked about this before, if you read some of the blurb about it, you go on some of the main publications that are out now digitally, they write the horse off. But in a not too dissimilar way to this horse, there are some horses in the race that have never run, so you don't know what they're going to do. There may be perfectly some decent horses in there. This has certainly not run to any decent standard, but has got some of the best form on offer. I think it's the second. Well, I worked it out on when I've gone through and looked at what the horses have done, what they've run against, what those horses have done. There's not loads to go on in these bumpers, but I had it as the second best piece of form on good ground, which again it should be probably good ground at Sedgefield, I think, unless they get touched too much rain. Even good to soft, it shouldn't be too much different. So it's the second best piece of achieved form. Some of these have run once and will bounce on and improve. This has run twice, both at Perth, and run to a similar standard. But the market has that horse very, very wrong. So it should be a much, much, much smaller price, because there's no set thing in that race where there looks like to be a bang favourite or anything like that. So from a price point of view, it's ridiculous to be 125 to 1 for that horse. Whether or not ultimately on the day it's going to be good enough to get in the top 3, I don't know, do I? But 3 star is what it came out as. So far our 3 star bets have done rubbish, but let's hope for a bit of a change of fortune. So Trysting Tom 428 Sedgefield. The bet 50p each way Trixie, so that's each way doubles and trebles. 75p each way singles on Mason Brook Meadow and plus point, and £1 each way single on Trysting Tom. So basically, not Sky or Paddy. There's no extra places, and that's another reason to put this bet together like this. No extra places with any bookmakers. It is 3, 2, and 3. Both of these bottom and top ones are 12 runner races. So yeah, that's not the greatest, but they could be worse. I mean, interesting that one. It's got real. As Ian Duncan trains the horse, he's really not prolific, and he used to probably have a few more. His win strike rate used to be better than it was, but for the last 5 years, last 5 years, 20% strike rate placing in bumpers. Not winning, but 20% strike rate placing in bumpers. It's pretty good for a small stable. Okay, bet 2, here we go. We've got 1 in Ireland and then 3 at Kempton. So in Ireland, 457, Johari, Ado McGuinness. I put a lot of Ado McGuinness horses out, to be fair. I mean, he runs these horses regularly, but it's often the case. I find he targets certain types of courses for certain types of horses, the single standout bit with that one is its best ever run was over course and distance on yielding ground, and it's been a bit in and out since then. So you're taking a bit of a leap of faith. It is standout. It's its best performance. It was second off about £5 higher. So it's handicapped to run well if they get it to that standard. Pretty simple as that. I mean, there's loads more, but that's the summing up version. And then we've got, interestingly, my trio at Kempton, we've got a veteran and 2 juniors. So we've got a 9-year-old in Green Power in the 645. Run the course and distance lots. Mostly it runs well. It ran well last time after getting well backed in. It's already been well backed in tonight. I think it probably will go in a bit shorter than that. They've dropped it £1. It was third last time. The winner ran away with the race. So there wasn't much between second and third, but the winner was out there. So for it to be dropped £1, I think is decent. Yes, it's a 9-year-old, but if you look at October last year, when it started out back on the all-weather, it won off a mark of 60, and it was second off a mark of 66, I think, and it's running off 64, something in that ilk. I may feel free to correct me if I got that wrong, but yeah, I think it won off 60 course and distance in October last year. That sounds right. Second off 66. And it's running on for 64, so it's competitively marked. So let's see how we go. But there's some others in there that you can absolutely argue a case for, but that was the one that came out best for the star rating. I've done it again. I wrote the stars on the other one, but not on there, did I? Absolute joke. Hang on a second, let me just clarify. I think mostly these are 1-star horses. What we got? Green Power, there we go, right. 1 star for Johari. Hang on, let's get it on there. I've actually got a pen next to me for a change, because I keep not doing that. One day I'll get the whole video out with all the stars on. It'll be fine. Trust me, at some point. Right, so Green Power's 2-star, Johari 1 star. Then we're going 7:15, 2 3-year-olds we've got in the last 2 races. So less keen on those from that point of view, but they are both 1 stars. Completed. Last time out, again, it's a bit of a Johari one. Last time out, it was his best performance. It was course and distance. It was third, I think, at 50 to 1, a big price. So if you just took that and nothing else, it's probably overpriced. It's possibly looking like it's on the upturn. The little question mark will be most of its best runs have been in fillies, handicaps, and to be fair, even fillies, maiden obviously type stuff. But this is with the boys. So whether or not it will be a lesser horse running against the boys, we will see. But it was a good bit of form last time, and on that basis, it's just priced too high. And then 8:15 Kempton, I was really between 2, and there really wasn't much in it. But Charlie Mason came out just on top from a price point of view as well as value. And it's another 3-year-old, and another 3-year-old that's run well over course and distance. My mind's gone completely blank on why else I liked the horse. Just gone out of my head. Anyway, that's fine. You can do your own research sometimes. You look it up. 25p. Just trust me. I spent about half an hour on that race, so there's a lot more to it than what I've just said. But anyway, 25p each way Yankee. £1 win singles on Johari and Green Power, and for 75p each way singles on Complete and Charlie Mason. Sky are the best bookie for extra places. Betfred are the second best bookie because they are 4. So it's quite a few that are 5, 4. So for the channel, we've got 5, 4, 3, and 4. But Betfred and Sky are both 4 there. And Sky are 5 on one of those 2 as well. But for the channel, we've got 3. But if you're Sky or Betfred, you can get 4th place on that completed. And then the next 4 are 365 Paddy, Unibet, or Betway. Because you will then be able to achieve the 5, 4, 3, 4 combination. 10.50 is the bet, and that's bet 2. All right, That is me. So that is Tuesday. Let's put it into Wednesday. I'll probably do the tips to the league and leave that till Thursday night video. So Thursday night going to be hopefully the home of the longer video. That's when I'll do the tips to the league stuff. It was a good week though. I think off memory when Stephen sent me it through, it was 21 people made profit out of about 70. It was pretty good. And I think my memory also serves. The top of the leaderboard was a brand new entry player. So well done. If that was you, I'll leave you in suspense until Thursday night. But I should be back tomorrow night, so Wednesday night for Thursday racing, and then Thursday night long video with the Tips League. All right, I think that'll it. Okay, have a good one. Hope it's gone all right so far for you this week. Yeah, let's see how we get on, and hopefully we can start off on the right foot this week. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.